Hello students, today let us learn a new lesson, lesson 11 from my semester book 2B. So everyone take out page number 5 and the name of the lesson is What I Do at Home. And this is the story about a little boy named John. Now let us go to the story in details. I am John. I am 6 years old. I live with my father and mother. I have a younger sister. Her name is Anila. So John tells us that he is 6 years old and he lives with his father and mother. He also tells us that he has a younger sister whose name is Anila. My father is working in a bank. My mother is teaching in a public school. We all get up early in the morning. Papa goes for a morning walk every day. Mommy prepares breakfast for all of us. We all take breakfast together. John tells us that his father is working in a bank and his mother is teaching in a public school. So his mother is a teacher. And he also tells us that they all get up early in the morning. And Papa, he used to go for a morning walk. While Mommy, she prepares breakfast for all of them. And they used to have breakfast together. I go to school by school bus. I always obey my teachers. In the school, I learn reading and writing. I also take part in games. Here, John tells us that he used to go to school by school bus. And he always obey his teachers. And in the school, he learned how to read and write. And he also takes parts in games. When I come back home, Mommy gives me lunch. Then I do my homework. After this, I go out to a nearby park. There, I love to play with my friends. Playing is a good exercise. It keeps me in a good health. In the evening, I like to see some serial programs on television. My little sister Anila enjoys the cartoon movies most. John tells us that when he comes back home from the school, Mommy used to give him lunch. Then he do his homework. After that, he used to go to the nearby park. There he used to play with his friends. And according to John, playing is a good exercise. It keeps him in good health. In the evening, John liked to see some serial programs on television. Then he also tells us about his sister, Anila, that she enjoys the cartoon movies the most. Every Sunday we go out to meet our uncle. He lives a little far away in the countryside. My uncle is a farmer. He cultivates the fields. In the fields, he grows vegetables and food grains. We sometimes bring fresh vegetables from our uncle's farm. My auntie gives me some gifts when I visit her. Here, John tells us that every Sunday they used to go out to meet their uncle. And their uncle lives a little far away in the countryside. Here, countryside means in the village. He also tells us that his uncle is a farmer and he cultivates the field. And in the field, his uncle used to grow some vegetables and food grains. John also tells us that they sometimes bring fresh vegetables from his uncle's farm. John also tells us that his auntie used to give him some gifts when they visit her. He is our servant. He is an old person. He looks after the garden. Veena is our maid servant. She helps my mother in cooking food and cleaning the house. She also washes our clothes. We have a cat and a dog. The cat catches rats. The dog guards our house. They are great friends. They eat from the same plate. I love them. They follow me wherever I go. I feed them milk, rice, fish, and meat. I love my dad and mom. I always respect my elders. Paragraph, John introduced us to some other member of his family. He first talked about Sonu. Sonu is their servant and he is an old man and he looks after the garden. Then John also talks about Veena, and Veena is their maid servant and she used to help his mother in cooking food and cleaning the house. She also washes their clothes. John also tells us that they have a cat and a dog. The cat catches rats and the dog guards their house. And both the cat and the dog, they are great friends. They eat from the same plate. And John also tells us that he loves them very much. And the cat and the dog follow him wherever he goes. And John also tells us that he feeds the cat and the dog milk, rice, fish, and meat. In the last line, John tells us that he loves his father and mother very much and he always respects his elders.